Hello to all you nifty nerds, gaming goons, and joystick jockeys out there in Pixelland. This is Double Shift, the show where seasoned game industry vets talk about horse hockey. But before we get to that, we will talk about video games just a little bit. I am your host, Mikey. Man, I keep saying that every week. I'm your host, Mikey, a.k.a. DJ Inflatable Elvis, along with my friend, former colleague, and currently drunk person, Danelle. Say hello, Danelle.
Hello, Danelle.
Oh,
Starting off with that this time.
I expected it this episode, but not quite yet. So that got me. I can't continue. With us, as always, is producer Jeff. I always say for us to not say hello to him, but I think I should shout him out. Jeff played us our new theme song in the beginning, and I hope you liked it. As you heard maybe Danelle say, play ball. It's a little bit pirate, it's a little bit carnival, and I suppose it's a little bit baseball stadium, actually.
Mm-hmm. So. Reminds me of the grandma from National Lampoon Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yes.
Or Christmas, when she's like, play ball!
What a jam. Yeah, the auntie. Yeah. So you like the song, Danelle. You were dancing.
Yeah, it's catchy for sure. I move every time I hear it.
Yeah, no, it's good. So good job on that, producer Jeff.
Ooh.
Look at that, a compliment for Jeff. It's the new. We're changing
something new.
Changing the dynamics of this show. All right. So we mentioned last week the emails and the socials. I'm not going to go through that big spiel again. Yeah.
Spiel.
Yeah, we'll get it out there. Jeff, let's record a bumper later at the beginning of the show. Follow us on blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. That's true. It's a good
but
one.
Leave this in so people can see our process. We're just building this brick by brick. In 10 years, this podcast will be professional, but for now, I like the DIY shows go. So,
I'm with it. I agree.
Oh, yeah, it's how it should be.
How it should
Behind
be.
the curtain.
Like the Great Wizard.
Right. Mostly it's because my my notes say add emails and socials, and I didn't, and I'm like, I don't want to talk
stupid. I like your honesty.
It's a note for me, and I forgot to do it. I was more focused on the content. Do you want to hear what this week's episode is about, Danelle?
Mm-hmm.
All right. She was shaking her head yes for you radio.
Oh, I said mm-hmm. Maybe you couldn't hear me. I was too far away.
Right. Mm-hmm. This week's episode is blandly titled "Winners Don't Use Drugs." So we're going to talk about.
I don't know about that.
Well, listen, we're going to talk about it's a historical episode, kind of. So this is kind of like the drug episode, but I suppose it's like the anti-drug episode. This is winners don't use drugs. All right.
Yeah.
Are you familiar? I know you didn't go to the arcades.
Drugs?
Oh. Yeah. Are you familiar with drugs?
Yes.
Awesome. Mostly prescription, just so you know.
I mean, I'm not saying like physically, but I mean, I've been around enough people to know of them and their history.
You've heard of them before.
Heard of them, exactly.
So in the arcades, 80s and 90s, a lot of the arcade machines had that winners don't use drugs screen that would be on there, right?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, it seems like almost all of them had it. Like, so when it was like in demo mode and like, it would flash to winners don't use drugs. That was kind of the 80s and 90s, right? The Dare program was big and all that.
Oh, huge for sure.
Meanwhile, and listen, remember, I was raised in the arcades, so there was one arcade, I believe it was at Westgate. I think it was called Merlin's, and Merlin's, I didn't go there much, and Merlin's was notorious for being the arcade where you went to buy drugs, from what I heard. I was a kid, so obviously I didn't do it. But I had always heard about that. My older siblings talked about that. And so we didn't go very often, and maybe that was why. Maybe my parents knew about that, and I think we went there once or twice. So I wonder if the kids that went to Merlin's bought drugs, and then went in the arcade on drugs and saw the winners don't do drug screen, and then promptly threw the drugs away in the trash. because
Probably. I shouldn't be doing this, man.
No, winners don't do drugs. Shoot,
Yeah.
I read that wrong. And then, uh,
I'm a
uh,
loser.
yeah. Oh man, shout out Beck. You want to sing that for me?
Oh, soy un perdedor. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me?
Yeah. Drive by Body Pierce. And then, of course, that very lovely. No, thank you. Um, and then after they threw their drugs away, after they saw the winners don't do drugs screen, they pumped quarters into a game called Narc. Do you remember Narc?
Narc. That sounds familiar.
Well, right off the top of my head, without looking you in the eye, I'm going to tell you the history of Narc. Not the history, my recollection of it, really. So Narc was an arcade game that came out in the late '80s. Eventually, it was on like home consoles, but it was in the arcades first, and it was kind of a run and gun game where you killed or arrested drug dealers and drug users.
Nice.
You took their stash and their money, and then you eventually killed the main bad guy and the drug kingpin named Mr. Big, not the band.
Oh, Mr. Big.
The game was like ultra violent. It was super gory. Like body parts would fly over the screen after you blew up like junkies on the screen and all that. And
Very nice. That's
yeah,
what happens.
Well, don't do drugs, right?
Yeah, exactly. You'll explode.
Many of the late '80s parents were very upset about this game. It was actually one of the first games that was kind of like no, like pearl clutching kind of reaction. But honestly, I don't know what didn't make most of the late '80s parents upset. So
Yeah, that's true.
satanic panic, right?
Yeah, I couldn't even. My aunt wouldn't let my cousin watch MTV. She thought it was the devil, and
Yeah.
I mean,
She might be right about that one, MTV being the devil, but we didn't know that at the time. It's eventually it was the devil, led by Snooki. Oh, poor Snooki. I'm sorry. She seems nice.
what? What are you talking about? Led by...
Jersey Shore, of course.
Oh.
Are you not a Jersey Shore?
Well, no, I've never watched it, but I just know. I thought you meant like she took over MTV or something, or like bought it, or that's why it went downhill.
Oh no, more so like she was like a demon that was unleashed by viewers watching it. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
edit this out, Jeff. So in Narc, you're yeah, don't edit anything out ever unless it's
Never ever.
yeah. So in Narc, you're a character either named Max Force or Hitman.
Oh, I want to be Hitman.
Yeah, that's player 2, so you can be player 2.
Okay.
You're armed with machine guns and missile launchers that you use against junkies. You can arrest some people too, and it makes them like float away with the busted sign over their head, and it's like, busted. But I think it's funny to blow up like junkies with missiles, which again has a very gory animation, rather than like get them treatment or something like that.
Heck yeah, I'd blow them up with missiles too.
Yeah, that was the '80s after all.
Get out of here, druggie! You're no use to us.
And of course, the big boss at the end, Mr. Big. He's a very strange character. It's a really weird game, actually. He actually could have been on our weird video game character show, but Jeff yells at me for talking too much, so we have to condense it. But Mr. Big was a big fat mafioso dude in a wheelchair, and then when you beat that phase of him, like bosses had different phases, right?
Yeah.
The second phase, he was a big fat mafioso head that was like 8 times the size of like all the other normal characters, and he rolled around on a platform, and he spit what seemed to be a seemingly endless supply of his own tongue at you. So he was just like,
"What? I gotta see this."
Yeah, you do gotta see this. And then at the third phase, he turned into some weird skull thing that also still shot tongues. And I don't know, maybe the narc officers took so many drugs that they imagined it, but I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely weird. So, do you remember that game, or?
Nope.
Yes, no, maybe so.
I mean, maybe the title, but I've never seen it.
Right. Were you a narc in high school?
I probably would have been. No, I wasn't, but I was definitely like... I don't really tell on people, but I definitely... When I was younger, I did. When I was in elementary school, for sure, I kind of wanted to be a tattletale, but as I got older, it was like, mind your own business.
Yeah. Certainly don't want stitches.
No. So. I've never had any of those.
Same, actually. So yeah, that was Narc, and then fast forward to 2005, we finally get a sequel for Narc on
Oh,
the
what?
PS2. Yeah. So I remember when it came out. Actually, it was advertised on television as a budget title, meaning it was like really
Mm,
cheap. I think it was like $20 when it came out. But they were
dang.
like, it was like, oh, a budget title that's actually fun. So I bought it, or maybe I had trade-in credit, but I got it. Credit means get it. So, anyways, Narc 2005 gave us Michael Madsen and Bill Bellamy
Oh,
as
what? No
yeah,
way.
for sure, yeah, as and they were the Narcs. Do you know what they did in this game? Do you know?
Shot people?
Yeah, they killed druggies. They went back to the roots, and you basically go around and you just kill or arrest, but mostly kill druggies or drug dealers, right? So it
Yeah.
was like a cheap GTA clone, but
Yeah.
the difference was so you killed them or you arrested the druggies, and then you could steal their stash, and then you could
Hmm.
take the drugs. Um,
Take them as in like
yeah,
ingest
sorry,
them?
you can like ingest them, and
Okay.
depending on which one you took, it would give a different effect in the game. So like if you smoke like a joint, like it might get all like
Yeah.
wavy and like you
Yeah.
might run
That's
sideways.
cool.
And acid made everything turn into like a carnival or something like that. And
Nice. So it's a
um,
way to do drugs without actually doing drugs. I like it.
yeah, exactly. And like it changed the gameplay a little bit. Sometimes it was good or bad or like just annoying, but it was all kind of trippy. And in the game, if you did too much, you'd actually get addicted. It would say
No
addicted. Yeah,
way.
yeah. I forget why that matters. I think you had to like
Yeah,
maybe.
I was gonna say, why would that
I think you had to
matter?
wean off or something. There was some like negative effect that it would have, maybe on your health. I can't quite remember.
Hmm.
But it was kind of fucking crazy, and I wouldn't, I would actually like to go back and play it, but I don't know. Anyways, that's Narc is a little crazy, uh, quite an extreme message on how to say no for drugs. So I think we need a
Yeah.
palate cleanser. Dano, what do you think?
Yeah.
A nice Pepsi Max. Look, I'm gonna
Take it to the max.
sponsor us, Pepsi Max, and use that jingle that Dano did. Can you sing it again?
Take it to the max. To
Bark.
maximize your soda power, Pepsi Max.
Nice. And the bark too.
I know. She hears something outside. I'm like, okay, who's out here today?
Jeff, sample the bark so we can make a drum and bass song out of it. There already is a drum and bass song with the bark that I love, so I want to pay homage to that. Anyways, our palette cleanser
What?
is a Nintendo Entertainment System title called Wally Bear and the No Gang.
What?
I'm not making it up. And
I
it
think
was
you
an
are.
it was an unlicensed game. I always loved those. So the cart looked different, and eventually it didn't work on later Nintendos. But
I've
this
never heard of this.
yeah, this game taught kids to say no to harmful drugs such as, and I quote, alcohol, marijuana, and tobacco.
Makes sense for Nintendo. They were such a family
Well,
console.
they didn't. It wasn't even licensed. It was made by some rinky-dink developer. Like not really a game developer. Type, I don't know. I shouldn't say that because they did make more games. But
I was just gonna say, don't say they're a rinky dink. Like they're gonna be like, how dare you, sir?
they're probably defunct. I'm sorry. They were great. Um, Anyways, have you said no to alcohol,
Drugs?
marijuana, or tobacco lately?
Yes, I
Specifically?
have.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Um, so, anyways, in Wally Bear and the No Gang, the story is Wally's uncle plans a party for Wally, and he says, "Go get your friends, and hey, don't do drugs." Like as he's going out the door, he's like, "By the way, just say no," or whatever he
So
says.
strange.
And
Like they think that the world is just surrounded by drugs and everyone's just out doing drugs and you got to be so cautious. You just got to say no to drugs because they're everywhere, man.
yeah, just get out there on your own because it's the '80s, but say no to everything.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Say no to fun.
yeah, pretty much. Well, no, listen, Wally Bear had like a sideways baseball cap and sunglasses, and he skateboarded. So
Yeah, I'm
that's
looking at
fun.
pictures.
Yeah, so the gameplay is you skate around and you got to find your friends and tell them
It
not to
looks
do
cool.
drugs or something, and you skate through like suburbs and subways and castles and then weird fortresses and
Hmm.
anyways, sounds like I'm glad we have maps on our phone now because it honestly sounds like Wally got lost and then you throw frisbees at dogs to kill them and then you talk to other animal
So there'd
characters.
be drugs along the way or something? I don't understand where the drugs come into play.
Well, no, I mean it's like you're running into other talking animals along the way, and they're like,
And
"Hey
they're on
man,
drugs? Oh.
homeboy's gonna do drugs," or like, "Hey, don't talk to this guy, he's doing drugs." And so it's like a bunch of conversations about doing the right
So
thing.
strange,
I know, I
though.
know. I don't even know. It's really weird. I never played it. It
Oh.
just yeah, I'd like to.
Toby Turtle, I like that name. Stevie Squirrel.
Yeah, yeah.
Priscilla Possum. Billy Bunny.
How come there's no alliteration on Wally Bear? That kind of makes me a little upset, but that's okay.
That's true.
Could have been Barry Bear
Yeah,
or
why Wally Bear?
Barry Manilow. You got you
Nice.
got any Barry Manilow for us to know?
No.
You fucking showgirl. All right.
I
Um, so anyway,
mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head. I don't know what Barry Manilow sings.
good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you don't. Unshout out Barry Manilow. Just kidding. Um, eventually, you end up at the party, and Wally breaks the fourth wall, and he invites you, the player, to the party. And you get to the party where there is no alcohol, marijuana, or tobacco at the end. So I think I don't know, it sounds kind of boring. Listen, if you're going to make a game with a positive message, you can at least make it fun.
Yeah, like exactly. What's the point? You're trying to just run around and I don't know. It seems very odd.
I mean, like, the dangers that he faces getting to his uncle's party, which, by the way, his uncle lives in the hood. Like, there's a bunch of, like, broken windows at his house, and the place next to him is, like, dilapidated. I'm not even joking. This game is bizarre.
Oh, it says the National Clearinghouse for Alcohol and Drug Information used this as several years as part of their health awareness and stuff.
Yeah, it was one of those things, right? Like, I just feel like, I'm all about that kind of stuff for kids, like in elementary
There's a
school.
Wally Bear hotline? What?
Oh, let's call it. Jeff, get our...
1-800-HI-WALLY.
Yeah, he was. Oh, wait, no, he wasn't.
Wow, this is very interesting.
He just said no. So yeah, so that's...
Well, good for him.
That's
Living
Wally.
a sober life.
Yeah, at least when he was a kid, we don't know what happened.
Well, that's true. You're right.
in the
Kids
90s.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
You're older, meh.
I mean, I think we all grew up innocent, and now look at Jeff. So, all right. So speaking of fun, I have something I think kind of fun. We have a piece of fan mail that I'm going to read here.
What?
And it says, "Dear Double Shift, great stuff, but that Mikey guy talks and swears way too much. Please give Donnell her own segment signed." Oh, what the hell? Producer Jeff, you wrote this? Bro.
Oh.
What the? That's
Was it
weird.
an actual piece of mail? Like physical? Someone hand wrote this?
Yeah, it was
Old school.
a pigeon carrier, I believe.
Oh.
Or, I guess that's more of a dove. No, it's a pigeon. Anyways.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The difference.
A dove is... Anyways, now the fans have spoken, so given that this is the anti-drug episode, you actually have a game review to give us. Is that correct? Is that true?
Man.
Oh,
I
man.
do. Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to intro you in, or you want to just get it right into it, rip the Band-Aid off?
I don't know actually.
All right. Well, listen. What we'll say. I was actually pleasantly surprised because we talked about in the very first episode we want to have Danelle review games that she's never played or maybe even never heard of. So
Yeah.
a week or two ago, it's like, all right, I think Schedule 1 would be a fun one, and it turns out that your boyfriend actually plays it, right?
Yeah,
And so
and
you've
his
seen it.
cousins.
And
There's a bunch of people. They're all, I would say, addicted to this game. No pun intended.
Awesome. Well, let's, without further ado, let's hear Donnell reviews games.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of funny because you would think that this would, I guess you wouldn't say, you would think this would be up my alley, considering what kind of a game it is, but...
Dark alley.
Yeah. It's it's a very, I could see what the appeal is, and I can see why people would like to play it. You know, not to say everyone wants to be a drug dealer, but I mean, I could see people, I think if I was 19 years old, I would have enjoyed playing this game, but seeing I am now, just sitting around making drugs and mixing strains and making things together is just not, it seems okay to me. It's just not that fun. In the game, you can actually pick up trash and get money for it. I'd rather just do that the entire game. To me, that seemed a lot more fun. There's like a cash for what's it called? Like cash for trash for cash or something like that. And I think that's a way you can make money in the game, like without selling drugs. You can just go around and pick up trash, and you can throw it in the trash can, and you get money for it. And I'm like,
Huh.
I could just probably sit around and just do that all day instead of.
Right.
Otherwise, you're in a lab and you're making strange and you're mixing stuff together and nah. But what I do think is cool is they do have the classic strains on there. They've got like the Granddaddy Purple and the Sour Diesel and the Green Crack. So I thought that was actually kind of cool.
I've never heard of any of those.
Yeah, I know, right? I've heard there's extra other funnier ones, but I couldn't really find them. One of his cousins was saying that she really thought the names were hilarious, and I was trying to find them, but I couldn't really find any of the other like funny names she was talking about. But there's like hilarious ingredients that you can use in the game to like mix stuff together, like Viagra and horse semen.
Oh, that makes Red Bull, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised. And it's kind of cool because you can they all have like different traits. They all make different traits. And so depending on what ingredients that you use, you can have different like effects in the game. And the ones that I thought were kind of funny, one of them was slippery. What the hell kind of a trait is that? I don't understand what that means. Is he just sliding around? Like,
Yeah,
what's a slippery trait?
Maybe it's like a flan. I'm doing my physical impression of a flan right now.
Like a snake or something, just slithering around. I don't understand.
Right.
One of them is schizophrenic. I thought that would be actually kind of cool. Like, what would that be like to walk around like that? Like, that's kind of.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm not making fun though, because I know that's a serious illness. But I mean, I just couldn't imagine like why they would even have that in there too to be. I guess people do turn into that though, like doing certain drugs after a lot of amount of time. I've heard you can kind of your brain gets all crazy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've seen it. One of them gives you it's like a laxative. I don't know if that means you're just walking around pooping or something. I haven't seen any of this stuff, but
it's for our older drug users in the audience.
Like, why would you want that? Why would you want somebody to like give you the effect of a laxative? Yeah, I really hope they just walk around pooping. And funny thing about that is I've heard like long distance runners will just poop themselves as they're running. I just heard about this recently because I guess they're running for so long, and a lot of the times there is a thing, I forgot what it's called, but it's like not runners poop, but like they run, then they just like poop themselves. And I don't know, maybe that's why they have laxative in this game. You can just see what that's like. I don't know.
Yeah. There's an audience for everything, I think.
For sure.
You know.
I think the coolest trait was anti-gravity. I'd like to see that. That'd be probably pretty cool to see people, I'm assuming, levitating around and flying around or something like that. I mean, let's see. The graphics are hilarious. Everybody is so skinny. They remind me of like Morty from Rick and Morty. That's what it looks like. They're all skinny, tall, little like
big
weird
eyes.
Thing. Yeah, with big eyes. So their eyes in this game are hilarious too. They like change depending on what kind of drugs they're on. Some of them will be really high, some will be like really bloodshot eyes, and some have got like really like wide open eyes if they're on that cocaina or whatever. And
Nice.
so that's kind of funny. The graphics are cool. I mean, the world that you walk around in is pretty neat. It's a pretty cool environment, but the graphics the characters really, to me, are hilarious. They look so funny. They look like, I wouldn't say like not well done, but it's on purpose. Like it's meant to kind of look like.
I think so. I haven't played it, but definitely it's just kind of that crappy early 2000s kind of style, you know.
Yeah. What else? When I was actually watching them play, I actually thought it was kind of funny because I'm like, why are you taking one nug and putting it into a bag? Because you sell drugs, obviously. That's like the point of it is go around selling drugs, getting people addicted to drugs. And I was watching them play, and I'm like, why are you who buys that? Who buys one nug in a bag? People don't do that.
Oh, well, listen.
But so I thought that was kind of stupid. I'm like, this is not real. There was jars behind them too, and you can fill jars as well. I'm like, why don't you just fill in the jars? That's how people buy. People buy jars. You don't buy one nug in a bag. What is this, 1990?
You got to start small.
And I
You
guess
know?
people do ask for it though. Like, I just want one. I just want one bag. I want two bags. So I guess there's a need for everyone. So you got to have the different stuff. You got to have the jars and you got to have the baggies. And my my boyfriend's cousin, one of them he likes to make meth, and then the other one likes to
Yeah.
make weed. So
And
one of them's always
they
doing.
also enjoy that in the game as well.
Yeah,
Sorry, my bad.
yeah,
No, listen,
unintended.
listen to
I guess there's more money in meth, anyways. I mean, in real life and in this game, so they prefer that.
I would think so, yeah.
I know, fucking gross ass drug. Um, what else? There's weird. There's a curfew in the game. I haven't really figured out what the point of that is yet.
Maybe more
Um,
cops? Maybe more cops go
yeah,
around or something? I'm
I think
assuming there's
so.
cops.
Yeah, there is. I was watching a video of a guy who was, I guess he beat up somebody, and then the kind of like GTA, and then eventually he got like a
He was wanted.
yeah, he was wanted, so the cops came after him, and then he was trying to like run away, and they eventually got him. And then I don't know if he lost anything though. I'm not, like in GTA you lose your money or whatever you
Oh,
have on
right.
you. I'm not sure what the point is though. I kind of didn't really figure out what the point of the curfew was, but you got to go inside and sleep until it's like the next morning. I think there might have been gunshots from the video I was watching. So yeah, maybe you'll get robbed, I'm assuming maybe, or maybe I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious to
Yeah,
see what happens at night.
I think mischief like that goes on. I've only watched videos, but I've never seen like anyone play it, or I obviously haven't played it. So I have a question. If you have watched them played it. Um, First of all, how do I what's the present tense I should use? And second of all, when the characters are talking, so I know it's like a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
When
Like
I've seen a bunch of like it's like weird dialogue, and I can't tell if it's like people talking over voice chat, or if it's like the characters in game talk and they sound weird and they say weird shit,
I
or
haven't
maybe both.
actually heard anybody talking because they're always here in the room together playing, so they're always talking to each other. So I don't
Okay,
know.
maybe it's voice chat that I've heard then.
I think so because I've never actually
Equally as
heard them talk.
ridiculous though, like
I
hearing people's reaction to this game.
I know
Maybe it's
it's
part of the fun.
yeah. I mean it's hilarious. Some people like to just sit there and like just cut down all the little buds and stuff, and people
Yeah.
find it very satisfying. And grow rooms, and I'd give it a 3 out of 5. It's just, I mean, it looks really fun, definitely. I don't want to play it. It's just not, I feel like it'd be too tedious for me. I don't want to sit there and just make stuff all day. Meh.
Too much for you to do then.
Yeah, I'd probably get bored after 10 minutes, except picking up trash, like I was saying. I think I would really enjoy doing that. I don't know why. I just want to, it's pleasing just to walk around and pick up trash and get money for it instead of just sitting there like, let me mix this and let me mix that and oh, I made that. I guess if you're a chemist or you're into
uh,
that kind of stuff.
I certainly I certainly think, Danelle, since we are game designers now in this podcast, we already designed one game and had an idea for another. We could make up a trash picking up simulator if there's not one already. I bet there is.
I would
Uh,
like that.
yeah, we should do that. I mean, that seems simple enough. Jeff, get on that. Um, so Danelle's unplayed review of Schedule One gets a 3 out of 5, um, and you say it looks fun, but not for me. And what I really want is just to pick
Exactly.
up trash. That's your review.
Yes. Perfect. That's exactly what I should have said. You're much better at creating the synopsis than I am.
No, no, I think I quite enjoyed the review. I'm just wrapping it up. Like if
Wrap it up, B.
yeah, but wrap that gavel up. If Schedule
Wrap-
One sells physical copies in the store and they need like reviews on the back, I'm just creating that basically.
Yeah,
Like
perfect. You're
Danelle
great at it.
says, yeah.
Pick up
Um,
trash and you'll have
yeah.
fun.
Danelle says, I wish I could just pick up the trash.
I am white, so
I don't know what I have no idea what that means. Wait,
white trash.
no, oh shit, you got me. My bad. It's hard to be first class when you're white trash. Roach class.
Whoa. Never heard that. I like it.
That was a quote from the late great Dimebag Darrell, my guitar hero from Pantera, and he was flying coach, and he was inebriated. This is another "don't do drugs" moment, kids. And he took his shirt off and he drew with the Sharpie a roach, and he was in coach, and he said it's hard to be first class when you're white trash, roach class all the way, and he probably got kicked off. But
Wow.
anyways, fantastic. I do want to play Schedule One. I mean, it would be fun if all three of us did it, but
I mean, we could.
we'll have to maybe once we get our Twitch account up and we're live streaming every other day to make extra money for this podcast, 16 hours a day. We'll play Schedule One with the one fan that listens to the show. All right, Danelle, are you ready to move on to your absolute favorite segment?
I am. I'm excited. Snacks? Snacks? Snacks?
It is a banger. Certified banger. All right.
Bangers and mash.
Oh, man, I love bangers and mash. That's not today's snack, but it should be.
I've actually never had it.
Oh, my goodness.
Is a banger just a sausage or is it just a particular thing?
It's a type of sausage. Yeah.
I guess Jeff would know, huh?
Jeff is British by proxy, for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, bangers and mash are lovely. Lovely, lovely. But unfortunately, that's going to be a snack at some point now. I can't do it next week because that's too obvious. I just got to remember that.
Well, what's today's? I'm curious.
So today's snacks, spelled with an X, is actually this is called I renamed the segment just for today. It's called Gamer Snacks Disneyland Edition. What does that have to do with drugs? That's the name of the segment. You might be asking, like, how this is the anti-drug episode. How is this related? So recently, I was at Disneyland. My daughters dance there, like pretty much every year with their dance team. And while we were there, we didn't see it, but people that we actually know saw it, and it was on the news eventually. There was a man on drugs. He was at Disneyland, and he was in line, I believe, for the train, the trolley that goes around the park.
Yeah, yep.
And he started like yelling shit at the crowd. So he yelled some crazy stuff at the crowd, and he like threw his phone down. And then I guess his friend with him was like, "Whoa, dude, calm down." And then he started beating the shit out of his friend, like
what?
I guess like pretty hard.
What?
And then he got naked, and then he he ran across.
This guy had a good time at Disneyland.
It doesn't sound like it. No, he wasn't having a good time. He was saying some very upsetting things about people and himself.
Well, he wanted to have a good time, but it turned bad apparently.
That's what I mean. You shouldn't do drugs and go to Disney. At least not that kind.
The drugs are turning on me.
Yeah, I assume it was of the hallucinogenic nature, but
yeah,
who knows?
that's what it sounds like.
And then he was naked and he ran across the canopy of the Tiana restaurant, like the newer Tiana restaurant in Square. And just a couple years ago, if you remember, there was another man on drugs who got naked and pranced around Small World.
No, what?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, so these are both on the news.
Because of all the children. I mean, what?
Well, who knows? I mean, honestly, like their reasoning. Who knows? I'm not going to pretend to try and figure that out. But anyway, so that's why this is in the drug. It's a recent thing that happened, and it's the anti-drug episode. So don't do that and go to Disney, people. Leave it for the kids. All right, listen, Disney's for the kids.
Leave the drugs for the kids? Oh, never mind. You're Disneyland.
Well, it depends. It could be prescription. Yeah, leave it.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Sugar's a drug, and there's plenty of that at Disneyland.
Oh gosh. Is that where you're going with this? Is a Disneyland snack? Yeah,
this is Disneyland Snacks Edition, and and I'm not going to just pick one either.
There are many.
So yeah, I'm going to just rattle some off, and I'm not like ranking or listing anything. I'm just going to randomly rattle Disneyland
You're
snacks
rank.
off. I am rank.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I can actually use a shower after this. So I know, Danelle, you are. You've gone to Disneyland many times. I'm sure you enjoyed many of the things there. Or are you like, I'm not buying any Disneyland food. I'm bringing my own snacks.
Yep, that's me.
That is a pro move, for sure.
Too expensive. But of course, sometimes I would.
Yeah,
the Dole Whips, of course.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Dole Whip's definitely on the list. We'll get to that.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question, because I got in a lot of trouble for sharing this sentiment lately, just recently.
Okay.
And So a lot of people that are, like frequent Disneyland quite often love their corn dogs.
Oh,
I wanted to ask, have you had it? All right,
I
I
have
think they're
not.
fucking trash.
Oh, is it the
I think they're
cornmeal? I guess on the outside. Is
I
it
don't like
sweet?
I don't like the batter. I think it's
Yeah, the batter.
really thick and greasy, and it just makes me feel shitty. Jeff, put those eyebrows down. Um, everyone loves them. I just think they're nasty, and
Interesting.
I will fight all of you who want to come after me for
I definitely have
disparaging
a
my dog.
preference too. I've been to many street fairs, or not street, well, whatever, and then
Yeah,
you try their corn dogs, and I'm like,
it's
the
a lot.
batter is
Yeah,
just, it is all about the batter.
right. Name a better batter. Sorry, I just wanted to do a tongue
Batter
twister.
up,
Yeah, batter
fish
up.
don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. I'm
Nice.
singing the Nelly version. Batter up.
Oh, I was snapping at the wrong rhythm then. That's I would have been more trappy snappy. So, Jeff,
Yeah.
calm down.
Why are you covering your eyes,
Calm down.
Chad? Don't you?
All right, so to get into the Disneyland snacks, my first one are the pickles. Have you had the pickle there? It's just a giant
Nope.
pickle. That's all it is. It's
Nope.
the best
I
pickle
didn't really
ever.
like pickles when I was going to Disneyland.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, they're really good if you do like pickles, and it's a very needed source of electrolytes.
It's just a giant pickle? Does that have anything?
It's a giant pickle.
Like
They do have little like individual things of tahine and
mm,
maybe chamoy and that kind of stuff. Yeah, no,
yeah.
it's just pickle.
Hmm.
Fantastic.
They giant? Like,
They're pretty big. Yeah.
hmm.
Um,
Very nice. I like.
Wowawilla.
Oh.
um, my second one is a Mickey pretzel with cheese.
Oh.
The
I definitely
pretzel,
have had to have one, but I don't know.
I'm sure you have, and they're cheaper. The pretzel on its own it's fine, it's all right, but with the cheese dip, it's an
Yeah, you
ooey.
gotta have the cheese.
Of course, Disneyland charges way extra for the cheese dip, but ooey.
I got my
Um,
own cheese dip.
oh, you bring that? You bring like a little like
I
fondue pot?
secrete it.
Oh Jesus! H mercy.
Jeff's face. Oh,
uh,
oh,
all right.
moving on.
Probably my favorite snack. I'm curious if you've ever had the churro toffee from like any of like the bakeries or anything like that. It's a big
No.
square of toffee, and they put like
Oh, what
they put
churro though?
churro dust on it.
No.
Whew. Oh, it's amazing. We
Ooh.
buy like multiple churro toffees per trip, and
Mm.
I don't normally I tell people I'm sweet enough, and I don't eat sweet stuff, and mostly like salty and savory. But that's probably my favorite snack. It's amazing. So shout out churro toffee. I
I've
actually
had the toffee there, but I'm not a churro one.
I think it's a little bit more recent, but like in the last
Hmm.
5 or 6 years, maybe not.
I love toffee.
Disney fanatics don't come after me for not knowing my timeline, but um, I actually had some last night when I was finishing up this list because we had some left over from our trip.
Oh yeah, I forgot because she was just there.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, how did you have some?
Oh, I always got that secret stash of churro toffee. I wish. Um, you mentioned Dole Whip.
Yep.
That's another sweet, but I don't usually get it. My daughters do, or my wife will, but I do think it's
Mm,
bomb.
it
I do
is.
like it, and
It's so good. So
but
refreshing on those hot days.
oh yeah, exactly. That's what the line's always so long.
Yeah, if it's long, I won't do it.
Right, right. Well, now everything's mobile order, and you just do it and go pick it up.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's kind of nice, I guess. Um, but I usually like to save my tropical treat for, and I hope you've been there, Danelle. I think you might have, but Trader Sam's. Have you been to Trader Sam's? Do you know Trader Sam's? It's not
Oh, is
in
that the
Disney.
one that's in the hotel?
Yes, it's technically
No, I
Disneyland
think you
Hotel.
mentioned it to me, and
Oh.
I have never been.
I love their tiki drinks.
Yeah, I love tiki drinks. So I would love to go there.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's kind of the best bang for your buck too, really, because the tiki drinks are like insane.
Yeah,
Um,
although they're probably expensive. It's probably about $20 a drink. I'll bet.
I think so, but it's like four drinks in one, right?
True. Yeah.
And they do have decent food. I like the food, but we want the
Mm.
rum. So shout out new updated version of Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Uh,
Oh yeah.
yeah, they updated the redhead, and now instead of being for sale, she's one of the boys, and she wants the ride.
I got stuck on that damn ride. So right at the very end, right before you come up, like when they take
Oh,
you and it shoots water at you right there. And we got stuck there and they shot water at us for like 10 minutes. We were so upset. I don't know if it was the log cabin in front of us that got stuck cuz we were just sitting there and then next thing you know there's people behind us waiting, but we got and man, the part kept playing over and over again. I don't know if it was
no,
yo ho
it is, but and it's like
or
Johnny Depp's there, right? He's like, "Oh, you ate me,
and then
yeah,
and then we
yeah."
just got shot and then like every like 30 seconds and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I felt like we were being waterboarded. It was awful."
I've gotten stuck there at that part too, but we got stuck in the ride like in the beginning, like after the drops, but like for an hour and a half one time
What?
or something like that, maybe an hour. It
It's
was
a
like
stinky ride too, I think.
it's a what? Oh yeah,
Stinks.
I like the stink though. They sell
Oh,
candles. I don't know if Disneyland does, but
oh my
there's
God.
candles that smell. It's like what is it, mildew basically? It's
I
like
don't know. It smells
magic mildew.
awful.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like the pirate smell. But
Sicko.
no, I think I took a nap because it was like um,
Well, you're making me want tiki drinks now.
no, and Trader Sam's they have a walk up window, and so you can go up to the walk up window and you can get any
Waka
one of
waka waka.
their waka window, get any of their tiki drinks that they make to go. Maybe
What?
not any, maybe not the ones that are like shared like with four people.
Oh yeah, like scorpion bowls or something like that.
But yeah, no, I think it's sweet. Literally
Ugh.
sweet. Shout out Shimoda. So
I
yeah,
want some
one
now.
zombie to go, please.
Yeah, I know my friend's actually going to go to Hula's tomorrow
Oh,
for
nice.
lunch.
Shout out Hula's, man. I what is it? Dr. Funk. It tastes like a banana Slurpee.
Zombie for me, that's when you said,
Yeah,
but I know
I
you
do
like the
like
Dr.
zombies
Funk,
too.
but
But Dr. Funk
darn
has
you.
like that classic cup that the guy kind of looks like this.
Yeah.
So I wish the audience could see that. They will eventually.
Yeah.
And the last one I pick is the shawarma sandwich from Marvel Land.
What?
I think it's like a Spider-Man thing. But
Oh, never had it.
I think it has some, nerdy name, but it's really good.
Nerdy
It's
name.
big and it's best bang for your buck. So,
Hmm.
anyways, those are just some Disney snacks. Do you have anything to add to that, or are you just nope? I'm reaching in my backpack and eating goldfish all day.
Yeah, pretty much. But I do buy. I can't remember when I do buy stuff there. It's sweets from one of the candy shops, and I think it is toffee that I buy,
Right.
or like they're like I don't know if something with
Cake pop.
marshmallow, like marshmallow or chocolate covered marshmallows or something like that.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. The
And it
like
has like caramel. It's almost like Caesar's version of Scotch mallows. And
right,
it
right,
has like
right.
caramel and oh my goodness, I love those.
Caramel or caramel?
I know. I say it differently depending on how I feel. It is supposed to be caramel. It's not caramel because that's a color and it's a city. It's not the actual.
And the city is Carmel. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but
Um, well,
yeah,
if
I'm
you have,
usually a bring my own snacker type of person.
that's the pro move. You got to save some money. So we do need to
Yeah.
pair all these snacks with the game, and we might as
Oh
well
yeah.
go Disney.
I was just gonna say, is it a Disney game? You are so smart.
Well, listen, you're the first person who's ever said that. Um, so I can't pick Aladdin or the Lion King for the
Aww.
SNES or the Genesis because it's too hard and it makes people angry. Although I
Yeah.
did beat Aladdin for both SNES and Genesis as a kid, so that's exciting.
Oh
So,
wow.
bam! I don't think I could now. I'm too old. I
My
don't have
friend
the-
had Aladdin. I didn't own it, and man, I just remember sucking at that game and trying to play it, and I got frustrated.
Both those games were evil in the difficulty.
But I feel like games used to be hard back in the day, and they're not anymore. Like they were so impossible to play and beat, and that's what made them, I would say, fun now looking back at it. But now it's too easy.
Yeah, no, I mean, arcades did that, so you gave more quarters. And then
True, that's
even
true.
like the home console one, like they didn't want you like beating the game or so you can just rent it or whatever. Like they wanted you to like buy it, so it took forever for you to beat it, and then you could do whatever you want with it. But so yeah, I can't pick that. I can't pick Kingdom Hearts. You know what Kingdom Hearts is, right?
Oh yeah, I've actually owned two of them.
Oh, nice. So I can't pick that because it's not 100% Disney. Although every time I wear my Kingdom Hearts shirt at Disneyland, I get a ton of compliments from nerds.
Oh, I'll bet. I even had the
Yeah.
guidebook too because I wanted to find out where all the Dalmatians were, and I was just trying to. Yeah,
I love
I loved
playing.
that game.
No, me too. I play on the piano. I play the menu, the start menu music.
What? You're
I love.
fancy.
I am fancy. I love that piece of music. I even say, you know how fancy I am. I said piece of music. So there we go. Anyways,
So, what Disney
um,
game are you playing? You're gonna
it
pair this? I'm
it
curious.
it is. I'm not going to go through 20 more games that aren't it. It is.
Yeah.
I like doing that though. Disney Illusion Island. Have you heard of this?
What?
It's
That's a
newer.
game?
Yep, Disney Illusion Island! Exclamation mark.
Sounds
It
like a
was
Sims game.
no. It does kind of though. Yeah, you ain't wrong. It was released for the Switch a couple years ago, and I think it's a
Hmm.
gem. So do you know the newer style of the Mickey Mouse cartoon, like the Mickey Mouse shorts?
I
Um,
think so.
so it's in that art style and like kind of humor, which I think those cartoons are actually really funny. But the animation is like super. It's gorgeous. It looks like you're playing like the cartoon itself.
What'd you say the name of it is?
Disney Illusion Island.
Illusion Island.
The music is gorgeous. Like
Oh, wow. Look at this
it,
art.
yeah, no, it's amazing. The game plays like a Metroidvania,
Ooh.
which Metroidvania is where you gain powers throughout the game and it lets you access new areas on the map that you have to backtrack to. Blah blah blah. Um,
Oh, this
there's
looks
no
so
actual
pretty.
combat in the game,
Okay.
which seemed
That makes
weird at
sense.
first. Like I like smushing
Uh,
on bad guys, but
so what's the
um,
point?
uh, well, you kind of like you have to avoid enemies and obstacles and stuff, and they make it work like really well. You get like different power ups that it's almost like a puzzle platformer type thing.
Yeah, that's what it looks
Um,
like.
and then you can play as Mickey, Minnie, Donald, or Goofy. So let me stop there, Danelle. Any impressions of any of those characters from you? Do you have a Donald or a Goofy or a?
Oh,
Oh, oh boy!
no.
Oh no, let's hear the Goofy. I cut you off. Let's hear the Goofy laugh. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
good.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, gorge.
Yeah,
Uh,
gorge. There you go. That was even better. Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, no. So each character they basically play the same, but they have their own unique.
You're an arc?
Hold on, let me,
Yeah.
let me get the
You just
wiggles
made a
out.
new word. Unark.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
Unique.
All right, I'm back. They have their own unique charm and animations. The cutscenes are funny, the story's good, and there's a ton of stuff to like collect. And they even released free DLC, so they're not.
Why is it called illusion? Is it because there's a bunch of
So
like illusion stuff that happen, or like?
there is a little bit of that. The island's kind of like falling apart due to bad guys, and you have to kind of rebuild it. And there's like lots of like little like trickery and stuff. It's also back in the day there was a series of games like in the SNES era. Mickey Illusion Castle of Illusion, and then there's like another illusion thing.
It
So it's
says this
kind
is
of like
coming to Xbox in June.
nice. Well, you should get it, and,
Hmm.
and you can watch someone play it and review it without playing it. We
It
can.
says every physical edition includes an exclusive poster. Pre-order now.
Ooh, a poster.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Xbox and PS5.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I think you would enjoy it, and actually, it's good couch co-op. And yeah, no, it's fun. It's
Hmm.
charming, and it's a bit
You
challenging, but
may have
it's
convinced me.
yeah. So to tie it all together, I love this game. Actually, my wife and kids really like watching it too, which says a lot because they don't usually enjoy anything that I do. They just ignore me. Um, but I've brought this to Disneyland to play in the hotel at night. Although last trip I just played Balatro because Balatro, bro. Um, but I think like if you're on property with the ambiance of the House of Mouse outside your window, this game it's even better. And you've got some churro toffee, and you got your zombie to go. You're heading back to the room, and you tuck the kids in. You plop on the couch and start zipping that zombie. Fire up the switch, and that's just maximum Disney fun. So
Nice. I can
that's
get in on a good Disney
yeah.
game.
So I want to do that right now.
I just love the colors in this, honestly. This just looks so pretty.
Yeah, the colors, Duke. The colors. Um,
The colors, man. Pair it with some drugs.
Danelle, no.
I know, this is anti-drug. No
It's
drugs.
anti-drug, just for one day. Get your fix in right after we're done recording. So yeah, that's the gamer snacks.
Nice.
What would you
I
rate
approve.
that? Okay, I approve.
This is a 5 out of 5 for me.
Good. I feel like I've been losing you with the gamer snacks lately. With the steakums and that's all I can remember now. So all right. Any other comments on Disney and drugs and Mickey and churro toffee to know?
My aunt's favorite thing to collect was Mickey, and she had so much Mickey stuff, and every time for her birthday and Christmas, it was Mickey, 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 and she just had everything Mickey, and so every time I think of Mickey, I think of her.
Nice.
R.I.P. to my aunt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My grandpa used to say something was Mickey Mouse if it was like terrible. What is this Mickey Mouse television program?
I've actually heard people use it that way.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse horse shit. It's a good. That's a good swear.
My grandma used to say horse pucky.
Oh, I say horse hockey.
Cause she wouldn't. Yeah, I think when you said that or something, it reminded me because she didn't swear, so she would say pucky. I don't even know if that's even a word, but
probably maybe it's regional.
Maybe
to Milpitas.
No,
I assumed your lineage of being from Milpitas goes back generations and generations.
I know. Well, she did live there. My grandma was actually the first female on the. Oh my gosh.
The Great Mall.
No, in city council, she was the first woman city councilman in Milpitas.
Nice.
In the 70s.
So you're royalty.
Oh yeah.
I
could never be royals.
Ooh, that hurt.
That was beautiful.
Shout out, Lord.
Made Jeff give a look. He's like, I have to see you sing that.
I'm sure he's thinking like, oh, you're flat, you're pitchy, yeah.
He's like white people.
Yeah, pretty much. You can hear that. All right, on to Jeff's favorite segment, which is rapid fire. We need Jeff's favorite segment, rapid fire song. We'll work on that next, Jeff.
Oh yeah, we need like pew 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 or some sort of like
him saying boo boo boo, like all like lackadaisical.
Oh, slow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It would be chopped and screwed.
There you go. Yes, perfect.
Gamer snacks, but chopped and screwed.
Perfect.
Snacks.
I like this one.
Yeah. So I could do a rapid fire segment about video games that glorify drugs. I really could. But this is the anti-drug episode, so we started out with NARC and we did some Schedule 1. But that was just to showcase the horrors and the harsh realities of drugs. So listen, kids, if you take drugs, armed 80s chads will blow you up with rocket launchers and take your stash. So I'm going to rapid fire on some anti-drug games. So remember, we mentioned NARC and Wally, whatever, in the No Gang. So the first game is a game called Crime Scouts, which is an edutainment game made by a Lutheran-backed company that educates children on illicit drugs, gun crimes, and gangs. I never played it.
You grew up with it, don't lie.
I think we had like a crappy computer that didn't really play anything but edutainment games at a certain point that my dad brought home from work or something. So I did play some edutainment games, but I wasn't in the Lutheran gaming community. I grew up Catholic, of course, so I did not play...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I did not play Crime Scouts. Now, had there been a Catholic version of it, maybe I did, but I don't have the source. So that's Crime Scouts, and that's it. That's all I could find. Literally every anti-drug video game page, video game article, video game anti-drug video game video that I searched up, they only talked about NARC, that Wally game, and then I had to dig really, really deep for the Crime Scouts one. I like deep into a Reddit post. So don't tell me I don't do enough work. I do a lot of research on this podcast. I don't know who I'm saying that to. There's a mirror.
I don't know. Why are you feeling defensive?
No, I'm saying it in the mirror to myself.
Oh.
Yeah, snap out of it, Mikey. You're fine. You're gonna be a star.
Stop.
No, like seriously. I think that's kind of crazy. When I started, kind of putting this episode together.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to talk about NARC.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to talk about the arcade screen that gives us the title of this episode, Winners Don't Do Drugs. But I figured I was like, I'm going to find so much stuff on this. It's because the 80s and 90s, right? We talked about that. And
But don't talk to strangers, kids, and don't
yeah,
take candy from strangers, and
this is your brain on drugs.
oh gosh, those ones. I just remember them smashing eggs and stuff, and
Yeah. All right. I learned it from you. I learned it from
yeah.
watching
Oh, I
you.
learned it from watching you. I told
Yeah.
that to my mom one time.
Right. You were in that commercial. You and your mom. That's good. The dad was like balding and had an 80s mustache, but yeah, I don't know. I was kind of shocked about that. So
I guess they're more like people that play games do drugs. So
no, exactly. There's a ton. There's like countless drug dealer tycoon games that are out there.
yeah.
I remember my friend in high school had a like calculator that had Drug Wars, I think it was called, on it. Jeff's shaking his
Oh
head. You
my
remember
God.
that? It was like a Texas Instruments, or maybe a Palm Pilot.
Oh, Palm Pilot. Oh my God.
Yeah, but it had Drug Wars on it. We used to play that like in silent reading study hall or whatever they called it.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
That's perfect. Actually, that sound bite. Nobody needs me. That was my favorite letter from from that.
Oh,
film.
so you did know what I was talking about. I was
for
wondering.
sure, yeah. Nobody needs me. The letter N.
I know. Brought to you by Mexico. They always had the most randomest shit.
Shout out Wonder Chosen for those.
Yeah. Oh
who
God,
don't
so
know.
good.
Yeah.
Word on the street, beat kids. Why are
Sponsor
you
us.
running? Sorry.
Sponsor us, Wonder Chosen, even though you haven't been on the air for 20 years or whatever.
Gosh, was it that long ago?
Yes. Oh yeah, maybe longer.
Wow.
So what have we learned today, Janelle? What do you think?
Not to do drugs. Drugs are bad. There's
Okay.
not many anti-drug video games, and people like to make drugs and be drug dealers in games.
And sometimes you'd rather just pick up trash on the side of the road to earn money, which if you're not careful and you get caught doing drugs, you might end up doing that someday in an orange suit. So be careful,
know.
kids.
That's true. Don't do drugs.
There's no fun anti-drug games. I mean, I thought Narc was fun, but that's not an anti-drug game. It was an anti-drug user game, which was the 80s was all about that too. So
Yeah.
yeah, Wally. That's it. That's all we had was Wally, that bear.
Wally.
So yeah, that's all I have for us today. Danelle, did you have anything else to add, or should we get to our main topic, which was whatever that was that I mentioned, horse hockey? Should we get to horse hockey?
Yeah. What's horse hockey? I'm.
Oh man, I feel like I'm at the Oscars being played off. Jeff's giving me the high sign. We can't talk about horse hockey today. We'll get to our main topic next week. So with that, thank you for joining us, and Danelle, as always, would you please say goodbye, Danelle?
Goodbye, Danelle.
And for the rest of you, may your gamer score be heavy, and your backlog be light. May your connection be strong, and your aim precision tight. May your Joy-Cons be as mighty as the ocean, but never should they drift. And for all you QA pirates out there, you'll survive. Yar double shift. Woohoo! Later, Hosen. Perfect.
Perfect.